Crowdfunding Case Studies, your rapid-fire reveal on what it takes to make it happen in crowdfunding. Listen, learn, and make it happen. artofthekickstart.com. It's Saturday again, guys. That means welcome back. Art of the Kickstart, Crowdfunding Case Studies. Thanks for tuning in. We gotta jump right into a listener question. Jeff from Quebec is writing into the show, and Jeff wants to know about the coffee box campaign. His question: what are your thoughts on mimicking successful product ads? We talked about it, the Chrysler 300, the Ford and Dodge commercials that Coffee Box so clearly is geared around. When is it a good idea? And honestly, that's a really tough question, because if you think about it, the more mimicky you are, yes, you're going to have that appeal with backers. You're going to have people automatically knowing and kind of connecting with what you do. But if you miss hard. Have you seen the guys who try to do the Dollar Shave Club and just fail miserably? It looks awful. So I would say make sure that if you're going to do it, you can pull it off. If you can't live up to the hype, the success of whatever the other companies are that you're trying to build your campaign, build your video around, I would say it's a dangerous proposition to get into. So only get into it if you're willing to go the extra mile and make sure you kill it. Okay, Jeff? Thanks for writing in.
And now we're going to jump into today's crowdfunding case study.
And this one's an awesome one, guys. We're talking about Xano, the absolutely epic autonomous nano drone. So you check out Xano. First of all, 200,000 pounds, more than that within 5 days. That is freaking incredible. These guys are killing it. They still have 40 days to go, and they've gotten a bajillion backers out of the UK. And look at their headline. That is absolutely what pulls you in. Xano, autonomous, intelligent, swarming nano drone. All four of those are massive keywords people are not only searching for, but going to be ripped into the video. And then as you start watching this video, you see why these guys are doing so good. They start out with really cool action shots of the product and a really well done voiceover. Guys, people love British accents, Aussie accents. Get someone with a cool voice to do your voiceover, and it'll become that much more memorable. You can't say you didn't love that Aussie accent. And as you're going through this, you see more and more action shots, use cases of the product, how it's being used. The founder comes on. He looks really professional. He looks like a scientist, for goodness sake. And he shares the story of how Xano was working in UAV sector with the military. They've got experience in this, and all of that lends credibility to the startup and brings it closer to the backer, which is going to boost your conversions, make you more successful. And that's really what you're aiming to do with the video. Then you get the researcher coming on, and he shares an absolute bundle of statistics, stats, specs, things that can be boring, but can appeal to audiences of this nature, people that really want to see how it works. And then he brings it all together at the end by sharing the benefits of what that actual tech does. That's important. You want to get people on both ends of the spectrum. Finally, they finish that video strong, a call to action. Kickstarter, this is why we need your help. This is why we came. Help us make this happen. As you get out of the video and you scroll down, you see more great copywriting. Autonomous, intelligent, developable. Meet the world's most sophisticated nano drone. Aerial photo and HD video capture platform. That's incredible. People know exactly what it is, and they're captivated by it. As you keep going, you learn more about the Xano. How does it work? You see comparison shots, and it really explains what the product is going to be like in simple, easy to understand English. If that wasn't enough, as you scroll down further, you see user experience shots, what the app actually looks like on smartphones. Clearly it's a rendering, but that's not an issue, of how this app is going to work so people can better understand what it does, how it works, and how people can interact and experience the Xano. Another thing I love, as you go further down in the video, or further down in the campaign, there's videos galore. There's tons of them, which are extremely engaging for individuals, showing the action shots of the Xano, showing the actual journey with the research team, what they were trying to do, how they went about developing the product. All of this builds such a connection and rapport with backers, and it's going to help you and your campaign succeed so much more. Key features. Love this. So they highlight the features, yet the features are benefits. They do a great job of that. Digital stabilization. Okay, it sounds pretty techy. For clear and precise image and video capture. They share both what it is and why it's amazing. And that's something any campaign, any entrepreneur out there can learn and take advantage of. Make sure you're doing that. They also share a bit more on the tech specs, which I think is a bit over the top. If you look at this, it's more than a full page worth of bulleted points. That's going to turn some people off. I would try to focus on trying to condense this down into an easier to understand setup. Use both columns and make it smaller so that it's less overwhelming and intimidating. You don't get people just glossing over or jumping out of the campaign. We see more in terms of what Xano is, what they have in store. And I think this part is amazingly cool. Seeing where the company wants to go, the new features they're focusing on building, what they want to do with the business itself. That makes backers feel significantly more involved with a startup, and you're going to get so much more buy-in because of it. Now we get down to the rewards. It's been a while, and there's really only two, Xano White and Xano Black. I love the picture, I love the layout, the headlines, but it could be done so much better. They don't have pricing here, they don't have all the reward tiers listed, and the infographic isn't all that informative. You could definitely make that better and make it easier for backers to see exactly what they were getting with a real simple picture. Stretch goals. These are always, I'm not sure what to do with those. But one thing I like is that they included them because they're doing so successful. I don't like that they're not image-based. So really Kickstarter's a design-oriented audience. And if you look at how they have it, they have a lot of text. The other thing, 1 million and 2 million pounds. Those seem a bit outlandish at this point. Not that they're not going to get there, but by showing those, you seem a little bit egotistical, a little bit full of yourself. Show only the amounts that are actually close to where your campaign's hitting. Get rid of those last two guys, and that would be significantly better. And lastly, I love and hate the history of Xano. So it's absolutely amazing sharing the story of the company. I think that's really important. One thing that they may have screwed up on, everything appears bolded. So it just kind of goes against the aesthetic and design of the rest of the campaign. Keep your font types the same because Kickstarter is so design-oriented, and you'll have better results with backers and reading over and engaging with you. Lastly, they've got that call to action. Guys, we need your help. Please, please, please do that. And social sharing. You guys can check out our social campaigns here. We're on Facebook, Twitter, yada, yada, yada. This is great, but at the same time, people are getting off of your campaign page with this. They might lose interest, lose engagement, or just forget about you guys. So that is something to consider. You don't want to lose that. And last but not least, frequently asked questions. This is a really complicated product. You've got to have more than one question about the product. Add some more stuff on there so people don't have to necessarily email you. Make it easier for people to understand. And backers will be much better off for it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you loved this episode of Crowdfunding Case Studies. There was a ton to say about the Xano campaign, but these guys are absolutely killing it. 207,000 pounds. I wouldn't be too disappointed with that amount. These guys have killed it. They're clearly going high places, and this drone's taken off. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for tuning in. I totally rely on you guys to make this show happen. If you've got any questions you want answered on the Crowdfunding Case Study Show, go to artofthekickstart.com or just shoot me an email, matt@artofthekickstart. Leave feedbacks, questions, and we'll get them in on the next show. Thanks for tuning in. Hope that this case study helps you in launching your own crowdfunding campaign. And of course, check out artofthekickstart.com if you want to get more great insight into making your business happen.